And we're back. Josh was looking at me as I was drumming right there. That's one of my favorite drum intros right there.
So. All that 80s music.
Yeah, I love all that stuff.
You know what I found universal? 80s music seems to appeal to all groups.
Oh, I thought you were going to say real estate. Yeah.
Well, it probably appeals to real estate, too, but I don't know how that works. So
it does. 80s does appeal to everybody.
Yeah, so we're talking about new construction and things like that. Talk a little bit about that, Susan, about the market out there. What has it been? It's been kind of a sleeper area, and then all of a sudden, about just a few years back, it's kind of like, oh, they discovered it.
Absolutely. I think it was the next best thing outside of the Loop. And we saw prices almost doubling within a couple of years.
You were telling me you were investing in there you could buy something for about $100 a quarter. Now, how much you pay for an older house over there?
About $300.
Oh my! And I remember selling over there back in the early '80s. I said probably in the '80s and '90s, 110. Should have bought them all.
Yeah, but the house payment was the same because the mortgage was 19%.
Yeah, it was 19%. That's a good point, by the way.
Those are related.
Yeah, because I was a home builder, and I was paying 1 over prime, and that's best you could get at a bank, 22%. Wow. 22%. My cheapest loan was $350,000. Wow. It's an expensive hobby.
Hey, I think I have my intelligent question of the week ready.
Oh my gosh!
This is for Roman.
It took them all week long to come up with it. By the
way, this question is for Roman. Hi, Tim O'Neill, Real Estate Rat Pack Show. You mentioned that one of your most recent projects was in Meyerland area, right?
Right, Willow Meadows. Yes.
Yeah, you could have built on an existing lot, and I would think in that scenario, you'd probably be inclined to want to raise the elevation of that lot building in that area, considering what's been happening recently. So what does it cost? How do you do it? And how does that influence whether or not you want to do a project if it's a lot where you know you're going to have to raise it several feet?
So it's not by choice as far as what the city requires. So it's not nothing to shy away from. It's just there's a lot of extra inspections. There's a lot of there's a longer list of process milestones that you need to go through before you can get to the next inspection. So the flood zone, they do have certain requirements you have to meet. You have to be over so many feet over the floodplain. And that relates to potential extra costs, extra surveys, extra elevation certificates, things of that nature. So it prolongs the process, and that could be interest costs. So it all plays into overall. You're going to pay maybe a little bit more, but you have a lot of opportunity in those areas too, because potentially somebody's passing it up, and you can build new. I think probably the biggest problem comes with maybe not new construction, but remodeling in a flood zone, because then you're restricted to what you can do, how much money you can put into a home. That we've seen a lot in Ireland. So they are selling these homes and building new. They're ripping them down.
Yeah, they don't let you build things in the flood zone. You got to take the elevation till it's out of the flood zone, and that's remodel. That means a lot of extra expense. And if you remodel more than 50%,
that's correct.
Raise everything up.
Yes,
including the existing home in that case, which is cost prohibitive.
That's.
Yeah.
So,
see it on TV. It looks easy when they bring in all these, and we're just going to raise this house.
Well, if it's on TV, oh gosh.
When you get Norm Abram out there, they raise that house in like 6 hours.
That's right. the design on a dime, right? Yeah. Because only costs $1,000.
Now, Tim, you know that on TV, not everything you see is real, and that time is actually a time lapse, right?
No, the walls are always straight, and the corners always meet. And the budget is always spot on.
Who didn't love this old house?
Yeah.
Do you always?
That was actually the most truest of all the ones, by the way.
What this old house?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've watched some of the design on the dime is the one that drives me crazy. It's like really? He had all that free labor and stuff like that, and
what about if it comes down to deciding, Roman, between elevating the lot and then just changing the construction? Instead of elevating the lot and building slab on grade, suppose you had to build on a crawl space or something else to elevate that first floor. I mean, do you ever consider those type of options?
Yeah, well, that's just it. There's so many options for foundation. Pier and beam is what you would usually find in the area like flood zone, Bel Air. You notice most houses have a 4-foot crawl space. There's some advantage to that too. You have easy access to plumbing. Your systems are exposed for most part. So there's a lot of benefit. But there's just difference in cost. Less concrete, possibly more, wood and beam.
Crawl space makes a lot of sense. And the fact is, you look at the houses that have survived from the heights and stuff, and of course, we have that alluvial soil. So when they move, it's easier. You can go up and shim them. You don't have to do what you do. Our permapier people are in the house today, so I'm not going to, because that's what they do.
Oh yeah.
And they also work on traditional slab on grade also, but it's actually less expensive to fix a house that's on a crawl space, just because everything's easy. If you want to move a toilet, you can just move a toilet. You don't have to bust out a slab.
The cost of the tunneling under these homes when you're doing foundation repair. Oh my goodness!
It and the
adds
mess
up.
it creates.
Oh gosh, yeah.
One of the things you were talking about is that a lot of your European styling. If you don't mind, talk a little bit about some of that influence you have from Russian, European, Eastern European versus what you're seeing over here. I think that's pretty interesting.
It is interesting. It's something that comes to mind is the first house we remodeled when Susan. This was 2013, and Susan, as our realtor, she saw the house when we were almost complete, and she said, "Gosh, Roman, this is really unique." I'm like, "What do you mean? I haven't seen a shower like this before, where it has tub and shower in the same space." He said, "Are you sure? I haven't seen that in the area, and it's very European." I said, I feel comfortable with it. I'm not sure how you feel. Let's see what the market says. And sure enough, it was a big hit. I had a bunch of investor friends that were contacting me, asking me, how did you come up with that? Where do you buy this?
Such an overwhelming positive response. I was wrong. I'm happy to admit.
Yeah. Well, it actually makes a whole lot of sense to have them combined and stuff like that, because a lot of times you don't use one or the other. So,
what I was
show that to our listeners out there.
I wish I could show you this picture.
Something that I think Europeans, and my wife and I love to travel, and I look at a lot of places. I think one place I haven't been to is Brazil, and they're very, very progressive there. Vancouver is another area where they, what it is, it's more minimalist, not minimalist in the sense that. It's just there's not a lot of clutter. Furniture is usually not even touching the floors. A lot of floating things, cabinets. It creates a welcoming space, not a sterile museum-like space, but a space that's not cluttered.
I like simplicity. I mean, I think there's some elegance to simplicity like that. Of course, we have Chris just took on all the lending for Ivy Lofts, and these are 300 square foot total units up to about 700 square foot.
Wow.
You can't be amazed what they can do. And but it's all simple design.
Mini condos.
And it's on the medical center, so it's something affordable, the medical center. So I think there might be a tendency, and we've got a new consumer out there, the millennial, who might be looking at something fresh. And very.
And I've got a preview of what we're going to see on Sunday, and it is nice. And I'm not going to show you guys, by the way.
I've already seen it. I know how to go online too, Chris.
Oh no, there's nothing like walking in person.
There's nothing like walking in person and things like that. So we
actually have a phone call right now. Actually, yes, we have a caller right here. I think this caller is calling in specifically for Tim, but we'll find out right here.
Who could it be?
Michelle, how are you doing?
Hi, good morning, guys. How are you?
Very good. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Well, thanks for calling the show. We miss you being here, but we were with you on Thursday night.
Yes, it was a great night. Great night. And those that missed out on a great time.
Oh, I would absolutely agree right there. But we were one of the lucky ones. We got to spend time with you and all the other individuals out there at our tree pack dinner, and it's always fun to catch up.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for supporting Tree Pack and doing all that you do always for the community and for the real estate industry.
Well, we are here always for you. You got anything you want to ask our guests, or are you just calling in to say hello?
Just calling in to say what's up.
What up?
Got an open house today. What you doing out there?
I'm heading to a soccer game, and then I'm out showing houses the rest of the day.
And and the soccer game is the most important thing, by the way.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful show.
First things first.
Yes, absolutely. Family first, and let me tell you. And for those who don't know, Michelle Posey, she is with Better Homes and Gardens, Gary Green, a great friend of the Real Estate Rat Pack radio show, and just a great individual, big supporter of Tree Pack, and a good friend.
That she is.
And somebody who's going to go see UFC 200 with me.
Yes, absolutely. We might
and
be
she
in
likes
it.
the rodeo. Don't forget, she's a big rodeo gal.
Wow.
That is true. Well, Michelle, we really appreciate you calling in today.
I'm about to break
Thank
into
you,
kumbaya.
guys. Have a great day.
Likewise, you too. Take it
you
easy.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. A great friend of the radio
Yeah,
show
she's
right there.
A wonderful individual.
Yes, and a great individual as well. So
An Eliza Rising supporter as well.
yes.
One of her very big, very dear causes to Michelle is Eliza Rising.
Yep, part of TRLP,
Well, we're coming
and that
up
was
against
one
that
of the
time. You know
legacy,
what?
yes.
We've got Yvonne from Old Republic Home Protection in here. I just want to come up here and say, at least say good morning to
At least say
everybody.
hello, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Houston. Old Republic loves you, and we love the Rat Pack. If you ever get a chance to visit the band, it's a wonderful place, and they give you fireballs.
Whether you want them or not.
Tell us
I got
more.
that.
That is awesome. I got nothing after that. I cannot follow up on that one, by the way.
But we are going to make omelets today.
Yes, we are going to make omelets. We are going to have a good time.
I was up cutting ingredients till late last
Yes. Do us a favor really fast. Susan, how can we reach you?
BrockandFoster.com.
Beautiful.
Brockandfoster.com. How about
And
yourself?
domepartners.net.
night. Nobody gives out their
DomePartners.net.
phone number anymore.
Yes, no one gives that. Well, you know, the internet is where it's all generated
Yeah, I
from.
know.
It's where it's really
I'm
where it
old
all
school.
comes from right
I'm
there.
old
So,
school.
you know, you can catch this show and any show always on Facebook, on YouTube, and on realestateratpack.com. You can also check out some of our new pictures that we took this
That's
week.
our award-winning
Yes.
website. Here.
Our award-winning website that we got right there.
Who gave us an award?
I gave us an award.
You know, we like to leave the show with a quote, and today's no different. Actually, this was one I really liked. It says, "Always pray to have eyes that see the best in people, a heart that forgives the worst, a mind that forgets the worst, and a soul that never loses faith in God." Always think that's a really good one right there for everybody. We're having a great time. We can go on forever, but you know how
but
it
Josh
works.
is doing that little.
But Josh is like, you know, hurry up and get out. So
Is that what that
we're gonna.
is?
That is great. That's Josh basically doing that. So, and then he starts counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're outta here.
We are out.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Rat Pack. The Real Estate Rat Pack is ready to answer your toughest questions. So tune in to the really big show every Saturday at 9 a.m. right here on 100.7 The Word.